Do you think that there is a specific difference between the Brazilian music scene and the European, or maybe even the Dutch specifically?
Well, metal in general is very much it's similar. The passion of the fans. I found it to be a really brotherhood, and I think like a tribe. That's why I call it the tribe, and I think it's the biggest tribe in the world. Is I don't see that much difference really between South American and European crowds. In the end, metalheads are very similar all around the world.
So what about the time difference? If you look at how people experienced your music or enjoyed your music in the 90s or now, is there a difference between that?
The only difference now that I notice is sometimes in the Soulfly show, I meet like dads that are Sepultura fans and their sons are Soulfly fans. That's kind of wild, you know. It's kind of two generations that have been listening to my music.
Still focus a lot on Brazilian music? Are there any artists that we should know of in Brazil?
There's a lot of good music being done in Brazil all the time. There's a real big metal scene and a couple really cool bands like Test and Torture Squad. I got a chance to play with all of them last year. I went back to Brazil twice last year. Underneath all, there's a real passion for metal. It's a real metal country that loves. In fact, you can see all the Rock in Rio shows are 100,000 fans, and the Metal Night, Rock in Rio. They first time they did 7 nights. They had a pop night, and they had a blues night, and they have a heavy metal night. The heavy metal night was the most popular, most successful night.
Last but not least, do you have any words of wisdom or maybe entertainment that you'd like to share with everyone?
Many great things coming out this year. I have Killer BQ coming out in May. It's my project with the Mastodon guys and the Linger Skate Plan guys. My autobiography comes out in April.
Yes. Thank God that was at the end of the interview and at the beginning. That was good.
We're using all kinds of technology here today.
Final question. Tell me about the autobiography. It felt good for you to to write it now because you needed to clear your conscience, or what went on?
Yeah, I think all of those together plus it was a good story that needed to be told, and story straight for the fans, especially considering stuff with the Sepultura split that people still ask me, what happened, so I wanted to really, there's a whole chapter just for that really explain in details what happened and why I left. There's great introduction by Dave Grohl. He did a great intro for the book.
Nice.
I asked Dave to do it because he's a fan, and he's in a massive band, and he's a big icon of rock right now, and it was great. And he did it. He was totally excited to do it. And there's people in the book that doesn't really do a lot of interviews, like Mike Patton. It's really hard to get Mike to do an interview. In October, I have a new Cavalera CD out on Napalm Records. It's our first album on Napalm Records, and it's very brutal. I did it with Igor in Phoenix. We have Nate from Converge playing bass, and it's pretty damn heavy.
Very excited to hear that too then. Okay, well thank you so much for your time. And
all right.
Have a great gig.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll see ya.
Bye.
Beware the prophecy.